What's up, guys? Planning a trip to the JMT for 2015 in September, and thought I'd upload a video of my gear that been a few years in the making, and this is the latest gear set I'm going to use for this year's trip up and for a through hike. So start with the tent. This is the MSR Hubba Hubba NX. It is a two-person tent, and I decided to go with the two-person just to have the added room in the tent. Sometimes I'll actually pull my gear in if it's not too wet, and I like to have that extra room. I'm also a pretty tall guy, so it's nice to have kind of a bigger tent to stretch out in. And then for the sleep system, I've got a Radiant REI Radiant 20. It's Euro rated down to 20, and I've had it down there. Hit up in the Sierras and even in Peru. This bag's done a good job. It's a down bag, and it's real comfortable. So I've been really happy with that, staying with that. And I'm using the, for a sleeping pad, I'm using the Thermarest Neo X Lite. Nice, compact, lightweight. I am thinking about switching out to the Thermarest Z-Lite Sole. They're about the same weight, but this gives the added flexibility of being able to use it as a work surface, also just outside for sitting on, and it's got much more multifunctional use. The problem is it's pretty flat. It's not as comfortable. One of my shoulders is a bit tweaked, so still planning to go with this. Thinking about this. If you have any comments or suggestions how this is on a 20+ day trip, welcome the feedback. Okay, in addition to this, I've got the pillow. The pillow is a pretty big volume, but it actually gets a lot bigger. It's really light, and just went with the extra comfort there. And I'm also using the Cocoon Mummy Liner. Gives a few more degrees of warmth if needed, but really I use it to just keep the bag clean from dirt and oils. For water, I'm using the Platypus. This is the new 3-liter Big Zip. I've had Camelbacks that tended to leak at the top up here with their twist system, so decided to flip over to the Platypus, and this has been a great, really solid system, no leaking. And once that zips, this thing actually locks over that, slips over, and this thing just does not. This thing holds water and don't have to worry about it. This is for the dirty water, so I can filter. I'm using the Sawyer Mini, and I'm thinking about upgrading this to the bigger Sawyer filter, simply because I think that the flow rates will be higher. I've not been able to find anything on the internet about flow rates for the Sawyers. Next, one Sawyer versus the other. So if you have any information or any direct experience with the larger Mini versus this Sawyer, with the larger versus the Sawyer Mini, please leave a comment, because I'd really like to know about that. I'm thinking I'm going to pay the extra ounce if I could get higher water flow. For the poles, I'm using Lucky Cork Lights. The locking mechanisms are absolutely great. Not had any problem with these. Very reliable, and the cork is really comfortable, no blistering, and really like those. In addition, I've got this is the Leukotape, which I've really been using for blistering now. This is a great tape for blisters, and then for everything else, I've got several feet of duct tape on that pole. Alright, for cooking, I'm using the MSR Reactor 1.5 liter. It's a great stove, super efficient. Use the IsoPro fuel, as you see in there, and a 4.5 ounce can lasted. My buddy and I went out for 8 days last September, and one can was all we needed for that trip. So really efficient, quick boiling. Love that pot. And then I'm either going to go with this GSI. It's a plastic cup. It's got this nice pop top, pretty much for coffee and tea, hot drinks. and probably going to toss the Tokes 750 milliliter, which I've been bringing with me on trips, but I don't see a need for it anymore. So probably one over the other. They're both the same weight, it turns out. Probably just leave this one out. Go with that guy. This is just olive oil. Now I'm not going to bring, I don't think I'm going to bring the sparker, but I will have storm matches and a Bic lighter with me for the trip. And then the titanium spoon, which this one's an Optimus spoon. And this finish is really key for me because the matte finish tends to be grindy on the teeth. It's not very comfortable to eat on, so this shiny finish is really nice. It's like a regular spoon. And then for just keeping my meals hot, I'm switching over to a Kazi for the first time. Actually, I haven't used them before, but given the September time frame, might be a little cooler. I'm going to bring that with me this year, and it's really not that. It's pretty darn lightweight. Okay, up here I've got the bandana, medical kit. This has been highly modified. It's going to have suture kit in there, plus kind of beef it up for bandages and wraps and so forth. Signal mirror, paracord 550. Don't think I'll bring all this. This is, but definitely 75 feet or so. I'll probably pack a fleece cap, fleece gloves. These are pretty lightweight gloves, but they do have the touch pads in them, so I can use my electronics. I can use my phone, which I'm using for navigation, while I'm wearing these gloves. That's pretty nice. A couple pack towels. I've got my compass, so this is pretty much backup, right? So I've got my compass, my backup topo maps, and my general maps. The JMT maps, they'll all be in here. I'll be using my phone, as I said, as the primary navigation device, downloaded maps, and so forth. For lighting, I've got the Black Diamond Orbit. It's a great little kind of multifunction lantern. Small, lightweight, adjustable light. Has an additional flashlight down here, and compact. So really like this. It's been great. Got it last year, used it some trips, and been very happy with that. So taking that along. And then a new item for me this year is I went away from the Tika XPs and went to this new Phoenix HL50, which it's a nice bright, it's got great light on this thing, and 3 modes. You can even pop this out. It's got a retainer on it, but this is pop out. You could use this as a carry around flashlight as well, and the weight ratio is really good, and it uses CR123 batteries, but there's also a super lightweight little adapter here which will allow you to use this as with AA batteries, so that's really nice, versatile. For the bags, I've just got some dry bags, Sea to Summit and outdoor research bags for clothes and keep all my stuff organized. The regular toiletries, I'm not going to get in a whole lot on that. Shovel, half a toilet paper, you know, the regular list. I'm not going to go through all the toiletry stuff. I'm going to beef this up a bit, but this is for basically for patching anything that needs to be blown up, or any kind of tent or sleeping bag type of issues. This will be a patch kit for just about anything I need. And then haven't used this yet, so I'm not going to comment too much on it. It's a lightweight Gerber knife, serrated edge, sharp. Feels pretty good. I haven't used it, so I'm not going to comment too much on this, but I'll probably be bringing that along. And then for the shoes, got the Salomon 4D GTX Quest, and these are great shoes. I love them. Well, I've had these for a while, but these are great. So I think these will last me another trip. And then Crocs. Now these are about 7 ounces for the pair, and they're obnoxious red. In case they're used for water crossings and for in-camp type of you know, just getting in and out of the tent. These come on and off really quickly. Boy, you know, water crossings, these are great. And I went with the red just in case if I do lose one, they're really tight on me. But if I do lose one in the water, I want to be able to see if I can retrieve it. So I went with this bright red color. Okay, this is a Osprey Atmos 65, which is, it's been a good pack. It's got the curved back, so some people like it, some people don't. I personally like that for having the air pass through on the back, and plenty big. It's actually in this size is in long, so it's a 68 liter total, and then the Osprey rain cover and my poncho, the Frogg Toggs. I'm debating whether I even bring the poncho. Might leave that here and just hike with the cover and dry out as I hike if it rains. And then finally we've got the bear canister, which is required on the JMT. This is the Backpackers Cache, the Garcia, which is I think it's 11 liters of volume. Been great. Works really well. The only thing is you need to make sure you have a key or something or a quarter to be able to open these up each time. So that can be a little bit of a pain. But other than that, these are great, and they're super solid, and the bears just can't get into these things. Okay, for clothing. So I'm gonna go with my standby is the Columbia pants. These have some they're half zips. I've been really happy with those. Been thinking about trying some different ones, but you know what? These have been working for me, so sticking with it. Gonna have 2 pair of the Smartwool. I like hiking in a little bit heavier sock, but have a couple of those, and then also the one for the evenings when I'm in the tent in the sleeping bag. 2 pair of the Ex Officio. These type of underwear, they repel odors and bacteria and so forth. So these are really nice, and they're really easy to get out of and go swimming in. Got the Outdoor Research hat with the sun screen in the back if I ever need it. Don't think I'll be using that, but just in case. And for the shirts, I've got the Ex Officio. It's I think UPF 50. Which is really nice, and it's got venting all over the place on this thing, so it's great. In the back, sides, lots of good venting, and the pockets are nice size. So I'm really happy with this. So I'm either going to go with 2 of these, or I'll go with one of these and one or two of these type of style shirts. These are both Salomons. This one has a UPF rating of I think 20 or 30. And lightweight, long sleeve, so you get the protection. And I've been really happy with the Salomon shirt, so may decide to go that way instead. And then for the weather piece, got the it's the North Face fleece, just a kind of a standard lightweight fleece. And this is the Mountain Hardwear. It's a down puffy, which is really, gets down into really small size if needed, but also it's been really good. I've had this down in, it's just been an awesome jacket. It's kept me warm wherever I've been. And then finally, because it is September in the Sierras, I'm bringing this Outdoor Research Gore-Tex wind and rain jacket. Forgot the name of it. But that'll be my layering system, and I think that is everything. Maybe what I'll do is got this all kind of posted out here. It comes to about, I'm trying to get this all down to 21 pounds, not including food and water. Actually trying to get this down to 20 pounds total, so we'll see where I get there, but that is it for JMT 2015. So if you have any comments, recommendations, suggestions, feedback, feel free to leave comments, and thanks.